Hello, this is Chef John from foodwishes.com with New York style cheesecake. That's right, finally, after all those requests, some New York style cheesecake. I call this sunshine cheesecake because of a certain couple secret ingredients. All right, we're going to start with the standard graham cracker crust, and I'm always amazed in the store when I see people buying this pie crust frozen. It's graham cracker crumbs and butter. Do not buy this pre-made. So easy. So we're going to smash that up, add enough butter, enough melted butter to make something that will pack. See that? Something you can just sort of pack like a sandcastle. And then we need one of these, a 9-inch spring form pan. That's the only thing to use for this. I rub that with vegetable oil, so that's greased. All right, we're going to pack our crumbs in the bottom. Make sure they're very firmly pressed down. I go up a little bit up the sides, maybe a 1/2 inch. All right, set that aside. Now, if you thought the crust was easy, wait till you see the filling. So easy. In a bowl, I'm going to take some flour, some sour cream, and some vanilla, and I'm going to mix that together. Now, I have kind of a specific order I like to put the things together. There's so many different techniques you can use. This one works for me, though. All right, so once those are mixed together, I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to take a large bowl with 4 packages of soft, room temperature cream cheese. Very important, because I'm going to add my white sugar, and with the back of a wooden spoon or spatula, you should be able to easily cream that sugar into the cheese. And speaking of cheese, no secret ingredients here, just your standard from the state of Pennsylvania cream cheese. So once the sugar's creamed in, I'm going to add my milk and start to stir that. At this point, I'm like, hey, switch to a whisk. It'll be easier. And it was. And like most batters, we only want to mix it enough to incorporate the ingredient. So as soon as that milk is mixed in, stop. All right, don't keep whisking. Once the milk is mixed in, we're going to put in 4 eggs, one at a time. So drop one in, mix it just till it disappears or almost disappears, and then the next one. Once the 4 eggs are in, we're going to add lemon zest and orange zest, and that's the reason I call it sunshine cheesecake, because that bright citrusy note, just a little, about a teaspoon of each. Once that's in, we're going to mix in our sour cream mixture from earlier. Again, we're just stirring enough to mix it. You don't want to introduce a lot of air into a cheesecake batter, right? It's not a light, fluffy dessert. It's one of the few desserts we try to make it dense. We don't want it airy and light and fluffy. All right, so once that's done, we are going to transfer that into our springform pan, put it on a sheet pan, and then give it the old tapa-tapa. And the old tapa-tapa is just a couple taps on the pan to sort of settle the batter. Don't call it the tapa-tapa. It's the old tapa-tapa. Tapa-tapa just sounds ridiculous. All right, that's going to go in a 350-degree oven for 1 hour. And here's the secret. After 1 hour, turn off the heat and let it cool in there for 3 or 4 hours. That way, it definitely will not crack. They only crack if you overcook them. If your cheesecake goes over about 160 internal temperature, it'll crack like this. Sorry, I couldn't do it. I was going to show you the Photoshop one, but mine had a crack. Now, I have an excuse. I was playing around trying to get shots of it in the oven so the temperature went down, so I gave it some extra time. The good news is, if it just goes over slightly, it still tastes amazing. The texture's perfect. Do not worry. By the way, that's like the largest crack I've ever gotten on a cheesecake, which ironically, the one I'm videoing. But it's totally fine. Tasted amazing. And then, of course, there's all kinds of tricks. If it does crack, that's why people use that cherry pie filling. That's why people use fresh berries. Okay, you can cover it up. Or, like me, I'm going to use those cracks as a cutting guide. It's almost so convenient, I'm glad it cracked. But anyway, the point is, do not be afraid to make cheesecake. It is one of the easiest recipes ever. If it doesn't crack, great. If it does crack, as mine did, who cares? It's still going to be great. So whether it cracked or not, make sure it cools completely before you try to cut it. I serve mine with some fresh strawberry sauce. I will also demo that. Super easy, super delicious. And there you go, New York cheesecake. And you can see how that fork is going through that cheesecake. Just the absolutely perfect, classic New York cheesecake texture. All right, firm but not dry and crumbly. Just very dense and decadent and rich, yet surprisingly light at the same time. And I think that little bit of lemon and orange zest in there really brightens up the flavors and makes it seem a little lighter than it is. I love this recipe. Make this for the holidays. Make this for any occasion. It's one of the world's great desserts. Incredible. I hope you give this a try. All the ingredients are on the site, as usual. And as always, enjoy.